Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. Today is, well, it's a windy one. Sorry if you can hear this wind noise being picked up on the mic. Today I thought I'd run through everything wrong with my Civic Type R EP3. I get quite a few comments on the videos and on Instagram saying that your car is so clean and all this stuff, which it really isn't. I guess I'm quite good at hiding things. So I thought instead of explaining it to everyone as and when they ask the question, I thought I would just put it all into one video so you guys can see that this isn't the cleanest. I mean, that being said, it is a 18-year-old car and it is my daily. So of course there's going to be some knocks and some dings on it. I wanted to be completely transparent with you guys because I don't want you guys to come and see this in real life and then be like, oh, this is terrible compared to what it looks like on videos, because I feel like that's the vibe that I've given across. Who knows? Whatever. You might not even be thinking this sort of stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, let's get into it. Okay, as we're around the front, we might as well start at the front. So let's start with the headlights. So if you saw my video of me pulling these apart, painting them up, they did turn out really well, and I'm still pretty happy with them overall, but there are still some issues that I'm not super happy with. For example, this headlight, for some reason, is cloudy, but cloudy on the inside, which is incredibly annoying because it means I can't really do anything about it unless I pull it apart. Also another thing, which is kind of hard to pick up on camera, but you can see sort of around here and up the top here, the hydro dipping thing that I got done is sort of flaking around where the light gets hot, I suppose. It's caused it to peel all around here. So kind of annoying, but you only really see that when you look up close, but it does annoy me that I know that it's there now. And it's done it on both lights as well, it's not just this one. The whole top part of it and everything, all totally fine. It's purely just this bit around here where the light, I guess, gets pretty warm. You see these two marks here, that was from when I was polishing up this headlight, and these bits basically are where I hit the car with one of the sanding discs. But not the end of the world, because as you can see, this bumper fits terribly. I can get my finger in this side. I think the other side is actually worse. Yeah, look at that. Get my finger fully in there. And you can see here the spider cracking around the paint. If that shows up on camera, not sure. Overall, yeah, this front bumper fitment's very annoying. Whilst we're still on the topic of this front bumper, you can see it doesn't fit great up against this wing either. I will talk about this wing in a minute as well. Around the front though, we've got a couple of scratches, which again, I don't actually, this annoyingly, this scratch here happened not that long after I got it resprayed, if you saw that video. So that's quite annoying. That's been there for a few years now. And then there's just various scratches around the front of it. As you can see, there's a scratch here as well. There's another little scratch down here. Not sure how this one happened. Oh yeah, there's paint coming off here as well. See, it's split here because there's just an issue with the weight and the way this thing is mounted, because again, there's a gap here. I know I've said this in multiple videos, I need to get this sorted. It's on my list of things to do and I will eventually get it done. Whilst we're still around the front as well, we've got all of these stone chips and everything off the front grille. Well, luckily it isn't actually carbon fibre damage by the looks of it. It is purely just a clear coat thing. So I guess a fresh coat of clear over this will fix this issue, but it doesn't look the best and it has been getting worse, obviously. Water's got in and stuff, so there's a bit of bubbling or what have you. So I'm probably going to end up getting this recoated. If you do end up getting one of these, I reckon it's probably worth getting it like PPF, like the paint protection film over the top of it to protect it, because it is literally just getting the brunt of any rock chips or whatever being thrown up at the car, hence the condition of mine. That would be my bit of advice. I will probably get this redone and then probably do exactly that, actually, because I don't want this to happen again. It's kind of hard to get this to all show up on camera, but I've got stone chips again. That's gone a bit rusty, this one here. There is some scratching here, not really sure how that happened, and generally this bonnet isn't in the best condition. There's a few dents, dings everywhere. Then we have the carbon scuttle panel piece for the scoop for the Tegoa air induction kit. This is, yeah, just getting sun damaged. This is pretty faded and just not in the best of conditions. Probably just cheaper to buy a new one of these rather than actually get this one repaired, so I may end up doing that in the future as well, but this is definitely taking the brunt of some sunlight over the years. This scuttle piece that is the fiberglass piece that replaces the standard scuttle, you can see the difference. Originally when I got it, it was more this black colour. This line here is where the wiper blade sits, so this is the shiny black it was, and obviously the whole thing has faded over time that I've had it. It also means that this rubber bit in here doesn't fit as well as it does on the OEM piece. I think it's supposed to be stuck in, but I don't really want to do that because that then means it's irreversible. This front wing that I ended up replacing, if you saw that video, it's definitely a different colour of cosmic grey. I think it's like a lighter colour. It's definitely not the same as my original panel, which I do still have, so I may end up just getting that dent removed and replacing it again rather than respraying this one. So this is almost more of a yellowy cosmic grey than the rest of the car, which is a bit darker and bluer, but it's weird because when you move around it then does kind of blend into the bumper fine. So I don't really know, it's weird. It's one of those weird ones. Also, you would have seen in that video I did snap this piece. I do have a replacement one of these these to go on, but I didn't want to put that on until I figured out what was going on with this wing. The other part is this doesn't bolt in at the bottom at the moment. It doesn't quite line up for some reason. So the bottom bolt underneath isn't in, but everything else lines up. So not really sure why that bit doesn't, who knows. Another thing is the mirrors. These have got a lot of stone chips on them and just generally aren't in the best condition. I think this one's cracked. Yeah, this one's cracked and got a bit of scratch. This was cracked when I bought the car, to be fair, so this hasn't got worse. So may end up doing something with mirrors in the future as well to get this sorted, because there's no point in doing anything with these. Might as well just get different ones. The front wing on the driver's side has got this clear coat peel here and a little bit of bubbling rust. I'm not that worried about this because again I could just get some different arches moving forward, but there seems to have caught the door here, so there's like some weird like rough edges here. That happened at some point. Not sure if that was me or that was already there. Also, as you look along the side skirt here, you can see lots of the chips and stuff, which I guess are just me and other people getting in and out the car over the 18 years that this thing's been driving around. If this was just to have a respray, I guess that would get sorted or whatever, but I kind of do actually forget about these because I'm just like, well, this is just going to happen, isn't it? If you're getting in and out of these things, you get a stone in your shoe or something and then scratch the car as you get in. So yeah, most of those were already there, to be fair, when I bought the car as well. So as you work your way around the back, you can see here that the rear bumper doesn't fit great either. That is, I'm not really sure why actually. I kind of feel like I just need to take the car to a body shop and quite a lot of these problems will go away. So the gapping here isn't great. This under here is definitely not how it's supposed to be under the tail light. I can get my finger in here too. I'm pretty sure this is broken here. Yeah, this tab is broken here, so I guess that's probably some part to do with it, because look how much that's separated. No, the other side isn't as bad, but there is still a little bit of a gap here as well where it doesn't quite line up at the body. You can see there's like a lip. So yeah, that's kind of annoying too. Also, some of you would have seen when I tried to wrap my lights to get the tint on them, I did a terrible job. This was 100% me, and I give my hats off to anyone that does this sort of thing for a living, because it's way harder than it looks. I will get these tinted professionally so that this goes away as well at some point, but just haven't got around to doing that either. So as we move on to the Mugen wing, you can see that paint started to come off here and also along here actually. This whole thing feels rough, so I think there must have been some sort of chemical reaction or something, because it almost feels like there's loads of little bumps all over this thing. There's a bit of bubbling on this bit here, if you can see that there as well. So all in all, the paint job isn't the best on this wing. This probably needs completely respraying, to be honest, which isn't probably the end of the world either, because the clear coat on my carbon fiber wing has almost completely faded, which actually kind of makes this look better than when it was halfway through fading, because when it was half and half shiny, half matte, it didn't look that great. But now the whole thing is pretty much matte, apart from there's like a couple of little bits at the other end. It doesn't look as bad, but if you want to know what it should look like, that kind of shiny right there, that's what it was on top as well, but now yeah, this whole thing's basically matte. Yeah, so this needs a fresh coat of clear, at least on the top, if not just the whole thing. Whilst we're around the back, we've also got this plinth piece that got ripped off by my girlfriend. Funny story behind that. I've explained it before in videos before. If you know, you know. There you go. I've also got this scratch here, which I did with my spoon manifold before I went to go get that fitted, so that's in a video as well. That's actually the only scratch I know I definitely put on the car. Everything else was either there or got done by someone else that I'm aware of. There could have been stuff I've done which I didn't know I did, but that is definitely the only one that I know of on the car that was me. Again, not sure if you can see this on camera, but there seems to be some sort of spider cracking going on here on the rear bumper. Not totally sure how that's happened. There's another bit here, and here, and here. The only things I can think of is one of three things I can think of. Is either that it's just a paint reaction or whatever that's happened over time, who knows. I don't know that much about paint at all, so who knows. Or it could be the stresses that are going through this bumper with it not fitting properly up here and all that sort of stuff. Or it's me sticking a GoPro suction mount so I can get those exhaust clips for you guys, because this is where I stick the suction cup to get that close angle of the exhaust. Or it could be a mixture of all the above, who knows. But yes, there's that along there. There's also, you can see some of the mastic stuff that stuck this rear lip onto the car is sort of a bit visible here. So, and a few of you guys have mentioned that this exhaust sits pretty close to the bumper, and you are correct. Actually, for some reason nowadays it doesn't seem to be tapping like it used to, which you would have seen in the video where it used to tap when I took it to Motion Motorsport. It doesn't seem to tap anymore, so I don't know whether that's just because it's smashed the bit that it was tapping enough that it's now not tapping that bit, or it has moved a bit. But yeah, a lot of you guys are saying it's going to melt the bumper. I haven't moved it. I probably am not going to move it with this exhaust system, because I'm probably going to end up getting a different exhaust coming in the future at some point. So I may just address the issue then if it is an issue, because it could be just because this bumper again is sitting so much lower because of the angle of this thing. There could be loads of things related. Also, while we're here, my Type R badge is flaking and just needs replacing. I think they're about £25 or something, so I'll probably end up just getting one of those at some point as well, but just one of those things that I will get round to at some point, but just haven't done yet. So as you can see, I've spoken about a few things, but what you haven't seen is I haven't spoken much about the actual body of the car. That's because what I'll do is I'll quickly run through all the car park dings and scratches and stuff on the car in just a quick montage, so I don't waste your time too much. Here are all the little dents or the car park dings on the car. Ding, 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 scratchy ding, very annoying bodyline ding, ding, 2 dings, wheel arch ding, another wheel arch ding, weirdly high up ding, not really sure how this one happened, there's another one here too, another ding, another wheel arch ding, again on the bodyline, very annoying ding, ding, chippy paint ding, scratch and ding, really annoying, this one, not sure how that one happened, must have been a car park, ding, right in the middle of the door, ding, biggest ding of them all, most annoyed about this ding. So yeah, there you go, plenty of dings all around this car, very annoying. Probably the biggest bit of damage, and actually the reason I got the car for the price I did, was that when I bought the car, there was a terrible repair job about this long here, where apparently the previous owner said that, well, they didn't actually do the damage, they had it and never sorted it out, but they said that they were told that a branch fell on the car and damaged all of here. So this from about, I think it was about from here to about here, was the worst repair job of like colour matching and everything I'd ever seen. In fact, I think, yeah, there's still overspray on the rubbers on the inside of the car of this. Pretty terrible. So I had that completely sorted, but again, probably not really in the best place because I can still see that it's not perfectly smooth and everything, and it's starting to sort of crack a bit here, the body filler. So probably need to get this looked at a bit more as well. And there's still a dent in the roof where this branch must have hit this pretty hard. But it definitely seems like a branch. There's no way someone could have rolled the car and it'd been all right. Like, it was definitely that kind of damage. So that's why I wasn't totally worried about it. So basically what happened was I got this bit sprayed, I got the entire roof sprayed and that Mugen spoiler. So this was the worst damage on the car, which is not as bad now, but now you know it's there, you'll be able to see it. I never really told anyone and no one ever noticed it, so there we go. I hope I'll be able to pick it up on camera, but what you'll be able to see across the entire car, loads of swirl marks, absolutely loads of them, and I guess I am completely to blame for all the ones on the roof because this was freshly painted and then I've put all these swirl marks in. Again, I'm not super worried about it because they're not deep scratches. I reckon someone who actually likes cleaning cars and is a detailer could probably polish it all out and this paint will probably come out really nice. I just don't have the motivation to do that sort of thing. If there's any detailing companies out there that want to do a video, let me know and we can sort something out because this car is in need of some love. Love that I don't have the skill or patience to provide to it, really. I'll try and get some shots of it on camera to show you how terrible the swirl marks are, but I mean, me looking at this right now, it's pretty bad. There's also some clouding here, which I think was me as well. I basically don't know what I'm doing when I'm cleaning a car, so I've probably made this paint a lot worse than when I got it. This is the best angle I can get, and as you can see, the entire roof covered in swirl marks. Those were all me, and basically, yeah, imagine the whole car. It looks like this. Engine bay wise, there isn't too much in here that I would say is wrong with the engine bay. I mean, it's a little bit filthy at the moment. The only real thing that is wrong is this is cracked here, and obviously these are silver because I lost the black ones. So again, if anyone's got 2 black skunk tooth washers, hit me up. I want only 2. It's kind of annoying you can't buy them individually. So this carbon plug cover is cracked here and is pretty scratched up. I bought it, well, I got it as a bundle. So this was a bonus that I didn't know was coming. So I've just left it on the car ever since. I'll probably end up getting another carbon one. It's cracked here too. Apart from that, in here, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, as I'm sure you've heard me mention plenty of times. But as we get into the interior, again, just lots of little niggly things, really nothing crazy. So I've got a couple of holes in my Recaros. Again, nothing crazy. I'm not too worried about this because they are a 22-year-old seat at least, so these are in pretty good condition. The bolster wear's pretty bad, but yeah, I mean, they're not the best condition seats, but for what I paid, I'm very happy. Also, these were glued together, so I couldn't actually recline the seat at all, so I had to snap the glue, which also has snapped this bracket. The other side's completely come off. With the Premier Edition Recaro seat rails, I'm amazed this is still on actually. I'm quite surprised. This might be the longest thing's ever stayed on, but both sides, the brackets are snapped, but usually this just falls off, so I'm not going to touch that more than that because I'm happy that it's still on there. That's with the driver's seat anyway, and I'll show you the passenger seat and what I'm talking about. Here you go, guys. This is what it actually usually looks like. Yeah, so you can see this bit snapped off. I do still have it, so maybe if these exist and I can get some, I might get some more, who knows. But yeah, as you can see, it was all glued on, so that was very annoying. And this is what it usually looks like for my rail. So I do still have them just sat in the car, and as you can see, you've got some snapped clips on those. So yeah, if you've got some of these Premier Edition Recaro seat rail covers, I guess they are. Let me know, because I probably should get some more, as it's been annoying me ever since I got these seat rails. So in terms of the interior, there isn't too many things wrong. I've got this little scratch nick out of here, which I might just put some black Sharpie on and that might vanish even more. But I never actually see this because that's hidden by this when I'm driving the car. This is weird, me sat in this seat. There's a couple of little scuffs here. Those were there when I got the car, I believe. There's a scratch on the airbag thing here. Not sure if you can see that just here. That was me with this camera trying to rest it in the here, and then it scratched because it fell, and kind of annoyed about that. Most of the lights behind these, most of them don't work anymore. I think this one does still half work, but these two definitely don't work. These all work fine. Yeah, so I need to get some more bolts for these, ideally. Probably should get round to replacing this rubber gaiter with a nice Alcantara one. That's gonna be probably on my list of things to do, because I don't know why I put up with this for so long. I guess I just don't think about it. We've also got this big gap between the steering wheel and the airbag. I'm not really sure why it's like that, to be honest. The interior is all right, actually, which isn't too bad, because this is obviously where you spend most of your time. I mean, there's a few little scratches around here and things like that, but nothing major. Again, because it's an 18-year-old car, like quite a lot of this I really don't mind, because just the way it is. Oh, on the dash, it's like this raised bit here where the hydro dip or whatever was, something was under it, or it's dried like that with an extra, who knows anyway. That's on there like that. But yeah, that's it really. There is nothing else in the interior that's too wrong with this thing that I can think of right now. I guess the only stuff I can't really show you is the rust and stuff that's underneath. So if you watch my video where I got my service, the second time I got my service, you'll see in that video, actually, I'll put it in here. I've got some rust on the underside, as you can see, that is becoming an issue. So I'm probably going to end up getting this sorted out as well, and that should sort out everything else under there. But apart from that bit of rust there, I think I'm okay. It's hard to say because I haven't pulled the car apart or looked properly, because I haven't had this thing up on a lift. But apart from that, yeah, that is all the rust, apart from the stuff I treated in other videos. That could be getting worse underneath, who knows, because I'm not a rust professional in terms of cutting out. Whatever, I'm rambling. So yeah guys, I guess that is kind of it. That is all the things that I can think of that are wrong with this car. And basically, I wanted to be transparent with you guys, because a lot of you keep saying, oh, I really want to see the car in person. I'm always just worried that you're going to see it in person and think, wait, this is nowhere near as good as it looks online. So I thought if I address all the issues now, you'll at least be prepared for when you see this car in person and aren't as disappointed as you would be. I don't know, I just thought I'd make this just so I'm super transparent with you guys, and you guys can see that this car isn't a mint condition car like it might have come across. I don't know. So I'm going to wrap this video up here, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Go check out loads of other videos on the channel about this car. If there's anything you saw in this video that you liked or whatever, there's probably a video about it. So yeah, have a scroll back, have a watch some of that stuff. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, or if you want to see more stuff from me in the future. Give this video a like as well, because that really helps push it to the algorithm to get more people to see it, which means more subscribers, which means more videos, which means more exciting things in the future. So we'd really appreciate that. Also, comment down below, is this worse than you thought it would be? Is your car worse? Is your car a lot better? Probably a lot of them are a lot better. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.